Imagine being lost in space, not near a star, not between galaxies, but in a place so empty that the universe itself seems to have skipped it. Just endless darkness. Not the kind of darkness you experience at night, but a deeper, colder absence. A darkness so complete that even the universe itself seems to have forgotten this place exists. You are floating inside the largest empty region ever discovered, a place where almost nothing has ever happened. This is the Boötes Void, and once you're inside it, there is no meaningful way out. Here's what makes this unsettling. You've already looked at this void. On a clear night, look toward the northern sky. Find the Big Dipper. Then trace your eyes toward Arcturus, one of the brightest stars visible from Earth. Between them lies a region that looks strangely empty. No haze of stars, no distant glow, just darkness. That blank patch isn't your imagination. It's real space, stretching hundreds of millions of light years deep. You're looking directly into the Boötes Void. From Earth, it doesn't look special, but that's only because it's so empty that there's almost nothing to reflect light back to us. And that emptiness is exactly what makes it extraordinary. The Boötes Void is located roughly 700 million light-years from Earth. That number is difficult to grasp, so let's slow down. The Andromeda Galaxy, our nearest major galactic neighbor, is about 2.5 million light-years away. The Boötes Void is 280 times farther. Even if you could travel at the speed of light, the fastest speed allowed by the universe, the journey would take 700 million years. To put that into human terms, when that journey began, Earth had no trees, no dinosaurs, no mammals, no humans. Life on Earth was still experimenting with multicellular organisms. That's how long the trip would take. With current technology, reaching the Boötes Void is not just difficult, it's fundamentally impossible. Our fastest spacecraft, the Parker Solar Probe, moves at about 0.05% the speed of light. At that speed, the trip would take over 1 trillion years. That's more than 70 times the current age of the universe. And even if time weren't a problem, the probe isn't built for passengers. No cabin, no life support, no way to survive. So if you ever end up in the Boötes Void, it won't be by accident. Let's imagine impossible technology, a ship capable of surviving intergalactic travel. Leaving Earth isn't enough. To escape the solar system, your ship must overcome the sun's gravitational grip. Earth itself orbits the sun at about 30 kilometers per second, and your ship must exceed that, while spiraling outward, not flying straight. Every orbit must grow wider. Every pass must steal a little more freedom from gravity. Eventually, the sun becomes just another star behind you, and the universe begins to change. Inside the Milky Way, the sky is overflowing. Hundreds of billions of stars form glowing rivers across the darkness. But as you move farther away, those stars fade. The Milky Way is about 100,000 light-years wide, and Earth sits roughly halfway from its center. Even at near-light speed, escaping the galaxy would take tens of thousands of years. Once outside, stars vanish entirely. Galaxies remain, faint smudges scattered across blackness. Then, gradually, even those disappear. At some point, there is nothing ahead of you. You've reached the edge of the void. The Boötes Void is not just empty. It's enormous. It spans approximately 330 million light-years across. Traveling at the speed of light, it would take 165 million years just to reach the center. That's over 1 quadrillion kilometers. To put it another way, this single region could swallow millions of Milky Way-sized galaxies and still feel empty. This isn't a gap in space. It's a structural feature of the universe itself. Entering the void wouldn't feel dramatic. There's no edge, no wall. no gravitational drop. You don't fall into a void. You simply continue. By the time you reach the center, the closest galaxy is more than 10 million light-years away, far too dim for human eyes. Every direction looks identical. No up, no down, no motion, only blackness. And cold. The temperature of deep space is about 3 Kelvin, just 3 degrees above absolute zero. That's colder than anything naturally found on Earth. Your suit would need near-perfect insulation. And even then, you'd feel something worse than cold. Isolation. The Boötes Void was discovered in the late 20th century when astronomers began mapping the universe in 3 dimensions. They noticed something disturbing: a massive spherical region where galaxies were almost completely absent. At first, it looked like an error, but it wasn't. Over time, scientists realized the universe isn't evenly spread out. It's structured like a cosmic web, long filaments of galaxies clumped together, surrounding vast, empty bubbles. Those bubbles are called voids, and voids make up nearly 80% of the universe. The Boötes Void is simply the largest one we've ever observed, and gravity is the reason. After the Big Bang, matter wasn't distributed perfectly. Slight differences in density grew over billions of years. Dense regions pulled in more matter. Empty regions lost what little they had. The universe exaggerated its own imperfections. Dense areas became denser. Empty areas became emptier. Eventually, gravity sculpted the universe into filaments, walls, and voids. The Boötes Void is the extreme outcome of that process. Not completely. Astronomers estimate there are about 60 galaxies inside the Boötes Void, but in a region that vast, that's almost nothing. Imagine trying to find 60 grains of sand in the Pacific Ocean. That's your odds. Most of those galaxies are faint, small, and isolated, quietly aging without neighbors. From the center of the void, you wouldn't see them. To your eyes, the universe would appear dead. If your ship failed and the lights went out, you would lose all sense of motion. No stars to judge speed, no landmarks to measure distance. You wouldn't know if you were drifting, spinning, or perfectly still. In a void, every direction feels like falling, but there is no impact, only eternity. Physically, nothing special. You'd float in microgravity just as you would anywhere else in deep space. Psychologically, it's another story. Humans rely on reference points. Without them, the brain struggles. Time stretches. Thoughts loop. Meaning erodes. Maybe you'd panic. Or maybe, after enough time, it would feel peaceful. No noise, no danger, no events. Just existence without interaction. The Boötes Void isn't terrifying because it kills you. It's terrifying because it doesn't. Nothing happens, no explosions, no monsters, no endings. Just endless drifting, forever. The Boötes Void reminds us of something uncomfortable. The universe isn't built around stars and planets. Those are the exceptions. Nothingness is the default. Most of reality is empty, silent, and indifferent. And yet, here we are, thinking, watching, wondering, against all odds. Because it doesn't need to prevent it. The universe doesn't optimize for life, meaning, or beauty. It simply follows its laws. And sometimes, those laws create places where nothing wins. So if you ever wonder what the largest thing in the universe is, it's not a galaxy, not a supercluster, not even a black hole. It's a place where almost nothing exists. And somehow, that tells us everything